Don't be afraid. Not of failing, not of falling, not of the unknown. If you want to move forward, if you want to grow, if you want to live fully, you must take risks. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Most people stay safe. They wait for perfect conditions. They wait for certainty. And in waiting, life passes them by. Opportunities are disguised as challenges. Growth is hidden behind fear. And success often lives on the other side of discomfort. Your life does not change by chance. It changes when you take decisive action. Playing it safe feels comfortable. It feels secure. It feels smart. Until you realize, playing it safe is the riskiest thing of all. Because the risk of not trying, the risk of staying small, the risk of never knowing your potential, is far greater than any temporary fear. In this speech, we will explore why risk is essential, how to overcome fear, and how to step into the life you are truly capable of living. Are you ready to stop waiting? Are you ready to take action? Then let's begin. Most people think safety is the goal. They think security equals success. They think avoiding risk keeps them alive, keeps them comfortable. But comfort has a hidden cost, and it is far greater than most people realize. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Playing it safe feels smart. It feels responsible. It feels like control. Yet, in the quiet of life's routine, you slowly begin to drift. You slowly start to shrink. You slowly trade dreams for excuses. Safety is an illusion. It is the enemy of growth. It is the silent thief of potential. Think about it. When you choose comfort over challenge, you may avoid short-term pain. You may avoid temporary embarrassment. You may avoid criticism. But at what cost? Time, opportunity, your life. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction immediately. The people who achieve great things in life did not start by playing it safe. They started by stepping into the unknown. They started by risking failure. They started by risking disapproval. The greatest gains always require risk. And the greatest losses come from avoiding it. Playing it safe is deceptively dangerous. It whispers in your ear, wait for the right moment. Maybe tomorrow will be better. You don't want to make a mistake. Those are not warnings. Those are chains. Chains that keep you in place. Chains that keep your potential locked away. Chains that make ordinary life feel normal, even when you know it could be extraordinary. Risk is not recklessness. It is not gambling with your life. It is not doing something foolish. Risk is calculated. It is deliberate. It is stepping forward when fear is loud, but reason, vision, and courage are louder. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Every day you avoid risk, you pay interest on the debt of comfort. Every day you refuse to step into uncertainty, you forfeit opportunities that may never come again. The riskiest thing is doing nothing. The riskiest thing is letting life slip past while you wait for permission or for courage to appear magically. Playing it safe keeps you inside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is warm. It is predictable. It is familiar, but it is also small. It does not grow. It does not innovate. It does not reward. Fear of failure is the reason most people stay small. Fear of rejection is the reason most people avoid dreams. Fear of criticism is the reason most people never speak up, never start, never try. Yet, every person who ever achieved something remarkable started exactly where you are right now. They felt the fear. They faced the doubt. They acted anyway. The walls we build around us to keep fear out also keep out opportunity. Playing it safe is a slow death of ambition. It is a quiet resignation to mediocrity. It is telling yourself, I'll do it later. While later never comes, success does not wait. Opportunity does not knock twice. Time does not pause for your comfort. You can choose to play it safe, and nothing will change. You can choose to stay comfortable, and life will remain predictable. But predictability is not happiness. Predictability is not freedom. Predictability is not success. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action despite fear. Courage is willing to risk failure, knowing that the cost of not trying is far higher. If you don't risk anything, you risk everything. Playing it safe may protect you from immediate danger, but it exposes you to long-term regret. It keeps you from discovering what you are truly capable of. It keeps you from experiencing the fullness of life. The riskiest decision of all is inaction. The riskiest decision of all is choosing comfort over growth. The riskiest decision of all is being afraid to risk failure. If you want to succeed, if you want to grow, if you want a life worth living, you must be willing to take risks. Step forward, even if your legs shake. Move ahead, even if your heart races. Act decisively, even if the outcome is uncertain, because the greatest reward in life belongs to those who are willing to risk it all for something greater. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by taking risks, making decisions, and moving forward. Playing it safe is the riskiest decision you can make. Now, choose courage, choose action, choose growth, because your extraordinary life is waiting. Just beyond the edge of your fear, risk is not optional. Life demands it. Growth requires it. Progress depends on it. Yet not all risks are created equal. Some risks elevate you. Some risks destroy you. It's not about taking risks blindly. It's about taking risks wisely. The first step in risk-taking is understanding the difference. Smart risk is calculated. It is deliberate. It is based on reason, preparation, and foresight. Stupid risk is impulsive. It is reckless. It ignores consequences. One opens doors, the other closes them forever. Smart risk begins with knowledge. You gather information. You analyze options. You weigh potential outcomes. You ask yourself, what are the benefits? What are the costs? What could I learn, even if I fail? A smart risk is never a gamble. It is a decision guided by clarity. Stupid risk is fueled by emotion. It is driven by fear, greed, or pride. It ignores reality. It says, I'll just hope for the best. And hope without preparation rarely delivers. It may excite your mind for a moment, but it leaves your life in chaos. Smart risk has purpose. It aligns with your goals. It moves you toward your vision. Stupid risk has no direction. It is a distraction. It is an attempt to escape discomfort. It often ends in regret. Don't risk what you have for what you don't yet understand. The difference is also in timing. Smart risk waits for readiness. It acts when preparation and opportunity meet. Stupid risk acts on impulse. It moves without thought. It jumps without looking. Consider this. Investing in your education is a smart risk. It costs time and money, but it pays lifelong returns. Ignoring your health is a stupid risk. It saves time or convenience now, but costs energy, vitality, and years later. A promotion at work may require stepping out of your comfort zone. That is a smart risk. Spending all your savings on a get-rich-quick scheme? That is a stupid risk. Smart risk builds confidence. It stretches your abilities. It strengthens your character. Stupid risk undermines confidence. It teaches the wrong lessons. It erodes trust in yourself. Smart risk also respects failure. It understands that failure is not defeat, it is feedback. You fail, you learn, you adjust, you try again. That's progress. Stupid risk ignores lessons. It blames others. It repeats mistakes. That's regression. The greatest risk in life is not taking one at all, but a reckless risk can destroy the life you are trying to build. How can you ensure a risk is smart? 1. Know your goal. If the risk does not move you closer to it, don't take it. 2. Calculate consequences. Understand the best case and worst case scenarios. Can you handle failure? Can you recover? 3. Prepare thoroughly. Learn what you can. Practice what is necessary. Build your skill before you act. 4. Act with courage, not impulse. Fear may signal growth. Excitement may signal opportunity. Impulse signals trouble. The world rewards those who take smart risks. It does not reward those who are reckless or timid. Smart risk requires discipline. It requires patience. It requires a clear mind and a strong character. Stupid risk requires only emotion. It asks for nothing and gives less in return. Here's the truth. If you want success, you must risk. You must step into uncertainty. You must leave safety behind. But you must risk wisely. Calculated risk is the difference between a life of progress and a life of regret. Risk is the bridge between your present and your future. Walk across it with your eyes open, and you will arrive stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Remember this always. Smart risk expands your world. Stupid risk shrinks it. Smart risk builds wealth, knowledge, and relationships. Stupid risk builds debt, stress, and regret. Smart risk transforms fear into growth. Stupid risk transforms excitement into loss. So, before you step forward, ask yourself, is this risk smart? Is it calculated? Does it move me closer to my life vision? If yes, step boldly. If no, pause, plan, and adjust. Because the art of life is not avoiding risk. It is choosing the right risk at the right time for the right reason. Take smart risks. Avoid stupid ones. And your life will expand beyond the limits of fear. Your future is waiting on the other side of the risks you take wisely today. Fear is the great deceiver. It whispers lies. It builds walls. It paralyzes the very people it should challenge. Most people say, I'm afraid. And then they wait. They hesitate. They shrink. But fear is not meant to stop you. It is meant to teach you. It is meant to signal opportunity. Fear is simply a signal that you are on the edge of growth. Fear is natural. It is human. It is not wrong to feel afraid. The problem is not fear itself. The problem is letting fear decide your actions. The problem is letting fear dictate your life. Look around. The world is full of people who dreamed, but never dared. Full of people who wished, but never acted. Full of people who waited for courage, but it never arrived. They let fear win, and fear does not forgive. It does not forget. It does not let you grow quietly in the shadows. Here is the truth. Fear disappears when you act. Fear loses its power when you move forward. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something else is more important than fear. Fear tells you, stay small, play it safe. Don't try. Courage answers, I will grow. I will learn. I will act. Growth is on the other side of fear. Success lives beyond fear. Confidence emerges when fear is faced, not avoided. The first step to overcoming fear is recognition. Acknowledge it. Name it. Look at it honestly. Fear is rarely as big as it seems. It grows in the imagination. It multiplies when left unchecked. It shrinks when faced with action. The second step is preparation. Fear fades when you are ready. Skill, knowledge, and practice shrink the shadow of fear. Preparation is the antidote to panic. Action is the antidote to fear. The third step is perspective. Ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? Could I recover? What could I learn if I fail? When you see fear clearly, it becomes manageable. It becomes a guide instead of a jailer. Remember, every person who achieved something remarkable felt fear. They wrestled with it. They acted anyway. Fear is not reserved for the timid. It is universal. Even the greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries felt the chill of fear before taking the leap. Fear can be broken into three types. 1. Fear of failure. The worry that you might lose, look foolish, or be rejected. 2. Fear of the unknown. The anxiety of stepping into territory you cannot control. 3. Fear of change. The discomfort of leaving old habits, routines, or comfort zones. All of them are illusions. All of them are temporary. All of them can be overcome with action. How do you act despite fear? 1. Take small steps. Action does not have to be giant. Each small step weakens fear's grip. 2. Focus on purpose. When your why is greater than your fear, fear loses its power. 3. Visualize success. Picture the rewards, not the risks. See the life you want on the other side. 4. Learn from setbacks. Fear of failure is only as strong as your imagination. Treat mistakes as feedback, not defeat. The price of fear is regret. The price of courage is growth. Fear is often a friend in disguise. It tells you that you are about to grow. It tells you that opportunity is near. It tells you that comfort has been keeping you small. Courage does not eliminate fear. Courage turns fear into action. Courage allows you to move forward even when your knees shake and your heart races. The people who change their lives are not fearless. They are courageous. They face fear repeatedly. They fail. They learn. They rise. The people who remain the same, they let fear choose for them. They remain trapped in safety. They accept mediocrity. So the next time fear visits, do not run. Do not hide. Do not ignore it. See it. Name it. Move anyway. Because on the other side of fear lies freedom. On the other side of fear lies growth. On the other side of fear lies the life you were meant to live. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you fear is a signal that growth is near. Overcoming fear is a daily practice. It is not a single act. It is a commitment to act consistently, despite hesitation. It is choosing courage, over and over, until it becomes habit. Fear is temporary. Regret is forever. Choose courage. Act boldly. Step into growth. And your life will begin to reflect the power of decisions made, not the limitations of fear. Life is uncertain. The future is unpredictable. No plan survives contact with reality perfectly. And yet, success belongs to those who trust themselves, those who step forward despite doubt, those who act when the path is unclear. Confidence comes not from always being right, but from not fearing to be wrong. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It is the test. It is the proving ground of character. It separates those who dream from those who act. Most people wait for certainty. They wait for perfect timing. They wait for conditions to be ideal. And while they wait, life passes by. Opportunities disappear. Potential fades. Trusting yourself is a skill. It is not born overnight. It is built. It is developed through action, reflection, and learning. The first step is to take small, calculated actions. Every decision you make, every step you take, teaches you something. Each success builds confidence. Each failure builds wisdom. Action is the foundational key to all success. Confidence grows when you honor your own judgment. When you rely on your principles, your values, and your knowledge. When you commit to making decisions and accepting responsibility for the results, the world will always question you. Others will doubt you. Circumstances will confuse you. Trusting yourself means you listen, but you don't depend entirely on approval. You weigh advice, but the final decision is yours. You act, even when the crowd hesitates. Uncertainty creates fear. Fear diminishes action. But action creates clarity. It transforms unknowns into lessons. It transforms hesitation into progress. Think about it. Every skill you now possess, every success you enjoy, came from acting before certainty arrived. You learned to walk before you knew you could run. You learned to speak before you were eloquent. You learned to try before you were confident. Trust grows through repetition and experience. The more you act in uncertainty, the more you understand your own strength. The more you act, the more you realize. You can handle challenges. You can adapt. You can overcome. Here is a practical formula for building confidence in uncertain situations. 1. Acknowledge your fear. Recognize what you feel, but do not let it rule your decisions. 2. Start with small steps. Confidence grows with action, not imagination. 3. Reflect on past successes. Remind yourself of the times you overcame doubt. 4. Prepare as much as possible. Knowledge and planning reduce uncertainty. 5. Commit to learning from outcomes. Success or failure each teaches you how capable you are. The way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. Trusting yourself does not mean ignoring reality. It does not mean blind faith. It means acting decisively with the information you have, adjusting as you go, and learning with each step. Confidence is also built through ownership of responsibility. When you take responsibility for your choices, your results, and your growth, you stop blaming others. You stop waiting for circumstances to change. You stop relying on luck. Ownership strengthens self-trust. It tells your mind, I can handle whatever comes my way. Life rewards action. It rewards those who dare to step forward despite doubt. It rewards those who are willing to fail, learn, and try again. Uncertainty is simply the environment where growth occurs. Those who embrace it, rather than resist it, develop resilience. They develop courage. They develop an unshakable belief in themselves. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by your decisions, your actions, and your willingness to step into the unknown. Trusting yourself is also about letting go of perfection. Waiting for the perfect plan or perfect moment is an illusion. Life is imperfect. Mistakes are inevitable. But each mistake is a stepping stone. Each misstep a lesson. Each failure a teacher. Confidence in uncertainty comes from doing, not dreaming. It comes from taking responsibility, not seeking approval. It comes from stepping into the unknown repeatedly until fear no longer paralyzes you. So start today. Make decisions, even when you're unsure. Act, even when the path is unclear. Learn from each outcome. Step by step, choice by choice, action by action. You build a life where you can trust yourself completely. A life where uncertainty no longer terrifies you, but inspires you. Self-trust is the foundation of all courage. If you cannot trust yourself in the small moments, you will never trust yourself in the large ones. Your growth, your freedom, and your success depend on this one skill, learning to trust yourself in uncertainty. And the sooner you start, the sooner you will live boldly, fearlessly, and fully alive. Every risk you take carries a reward. Not always immediate, not always obvious, but it is there, waiting, growing, ready to be claimed. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. The truth is simple. Playing it safe keeps you small. Taking smart risks makes you powerful. When you act despite fear, despite uncertainty, despite doubt, you unlock opportunities. You open doors. You create freedom. Freedom does not come from comfort. Freedom comes from courage. Freedom comes from discipline. Freedom comes from facing challenges head-on and stepping boldly into the unknown. The first reward of risk is personal growth. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you expand your capabilities. You learn new skills. You build resilience. You discover that you are stronger, wiser, and more resourceful than you realized. The second reward is opportunity. Opportunities rarely knock softly. They are hidden behind effort, courage, and action. Risk is the key that unlocks them. Think about the most successful people you know. They took risks, calculated risks. They risked comfort. They risked criticism. They risked failure, and their rewards were worth every moment of doubt. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Learning, practicing, and acting consistently on knowledge is a risk, but the rewards, freedom, wealth, influence are extraordinary. Risk also teaches confidence and decisiveness. Each choice you make, each action you take, builds trust in yourself. The more you act, the more you realize you are capable of handling uncertainty. You are capable of creating outcomes. You are capable of achieving goals you once thought impossible. Smart risk is a compounding force. A small, consistent risk today leads to greater rewards tomorrow. A risk taken with purpose compounds over time into wealth, wisdom, and influence. Avoid risk, and you remain stagnant. Take reckless risk, and you may crash. Take calculated, courageous risk, and your life transforms. The most overlooked reward of risk is freedom. Financial freedom, yes, but also freedom of choice, freedom of time, freedom of thought. When you take risks and succeed, you no longer live at the mercy of fear. You no longer depend on luck. You no longer follow the rules of others. You create your own path. Fear is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Every reward in life comes to those willing to face discomfort, uncertainty, and challenge. The walls we build around us to keep fear out also keep opportunity out. Risk builds character. It sharpens focus. It strengthens perseverance. It teaches discipline. Every reward, whether in money, relationships, or personal growth, is linked to the willingness to take action, to step forward when others hesitate, to act boldly when others retreat. Do not underestimate the value of small, daily risks. Speak up at work. Invest in your education. Start that project you've been avoiding. Make the call you fear. Each small step compounds. Each risk taken builds momentum. Each act of courage brings you closer to freedom and success. Risk is not reckless. Risk is calculated. Risk is guided by preparation, knowledge, and purpose. And the rewards? They are as predictable as they are extraordinary. Growth, opportunity, confidence, freedom, success. So here is the challenge. Do not play it safe. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not fear failure more than you desire your dreams. Take risks today. Start small if you must. Act decisively if you can. Learn constantly. Grow relentlessly. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by choice, by action, and by courage. The life you want, freedom, success, fulfillment, is waiting on the other side of risk. Step forward. Take action. Trust yourself, and the rewards will come. Not just wealth or status, but the joy of living fully, courageously, and freely. The best things in life are on the other side of fear and risk. Step forward and claim them. Remember this: life rewards action. It rewards courage, preparation, and persistence. It rewards those who are willing to step forward when others hesitate. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt are natural. They will visit you. They will try to stop you. But courage is stronger. Action is stronger. And your dreams are worth the risk. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Your future is shaped by the risks you take today. Your growth, your freedom, and your success are waiting on the other side of fear. Step forward. Act boldly. Trust yourself. And claim the life you were meant to live. The greatest rewards in life belong to those willing to take the greatest risks.